welcome back to Fesmeyer Field here, campus of Union University, game number 2 between the University of Alabama, Huntsville, and the Union University Lady Bulldogs softball team. UAH won the first game 8-3. UAH ranked number 4 in the country, leading the GSC standings. They entered this game with a record of 37-7 overall, 22-2 in the Gulf South Conference. Union 24-20 overall, 13-11 in the Gulf South Conference. Union needs to win one more game to clinch a spot in the GSC tournament. The top 5 teams have already clinched a spot. The seedings are still yet to be determined. Union needs Delta State to lose. They won today. West Florida and Montevallo lost, the 2 teams behind Union, so that helps a little bit there. 5 games left to play in the GSC season. Union has a 3-game lead over West Florida. Union holds a tiebreaker over West Florida. And then Union holds a 3-game lead over Montevallo. Union and Montevallo did not play in the regular season this year. Leadoff hitter for Huntsville here in the game 2 is the same as the first, Lauren Hayes. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and she couldn't get her. Stopped it, dropped it, picked it up, dropped it. That'll be an E1, an error to open the game up here. Ball hit back up the middle, not terribly hard. Abel just couldn't get her hands on it. Couldn't pick it up after she dropped it a couple of times. It brings up Adams. We're looking at Abel, a 4-3 record on the season for Union in the circle, a 4.49 ERA, 16th appearance of the year. This is her 10th start, 4 complete games, 67 innings of work. There's a sacrifice bunt put down. It's a great bunt, and she's going to beat it out for a base hit. That'll be a base hit bunt for Kinley Adams. This game's starting rather quickly here as we're trying to get things set up here, and a lot of action early. That'll be a base hit. Should also be an error for Union as well on the scoreboard. Vaught will be the batter. So Adams with the great bunt, trying to sacrifice. She gets on with the hit there, brings up Vaught. Vaught, she gives a chance to catch our breath here. Addison Abel, as we mentioned, 67 innings pitched, 97 hits, 51 runs, 43 earned, 22 walks, 32 strikeouts for Union there. Union starting pitcher. She's 4-3 with a 4.49 ERA. 2 on, nobody out here to start the first. And the batter is number 3 hole hitter Vaught with 2 on, nobody out. Pitch is high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Vaught was 3 for 4 in that first game. She had 3 RBI, 2 runs scored, a strikeout. She had a double and 2 singles, 3 for 4 rather. She led all players today with 3 hits in that first game. Nobody else had more than 2. Union had a couple of girls with 2. We had 2 from Puckett, 2 from Marler, and 2 from Macy Neal. Huntsville had 2 hits from Jada Henderson. Everybody else that had 1 had 1. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Vaught from Abel. That pitch is high. Part of the zone called a strike, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to count from Abel. Down the middle, strike number 2. Addison Abel, she's a freshman from Sparta, Tennessee, played high school ball at White County High School. She's one of those freshman pitchers that we mentioned for Union, one of the 3. That pitch sent deep to left center field, and that might leave the park, and it will. A 3-run shot from Vaught. She continues her spectacular day, her 4th hit of the day, and her 6th RBI of the day. What a game, what a day so far for Kaylee Vaught. the first home run of the day for Huntsville. They scored 8 runs in that first game without the aid of a home run. Union hit 2 bombs in that first game. That was a kind of a no-doubter there for Vaught. Dothett, the batter, 1-1 the count. Nobody on, still nobody out. 3 runs already in here. 3 runs, a couple of hits. 1 error by Union in this top half of the inning. That first run was earned as Hayes reached on the error. Ball 2 now evens the count at 2-2 with that foul. Quickly on the board of the Chargers here. Game number 2. Line drive right at the first baseman, Grace White, and they say she scooped it. Actually, no, they say she caught it in the air. It was close. She went and tagged the bag anyway, so line drive out. As Dothett lined out to the Union first baseman, Grace White. Grace White pinch hit in the first game. Now playing first here in the second one. Cartron, the batter. 1 for 4 in that first game with 2 RBI. First pitch she sees here in game 2, strike. Ball 1 the count. Ball 1, strike 1. In the dirt, ball 2. Union down 3-0 already here in the first inning. 1 out. Base is empty. Following a 3-run shot from Vaught. Huntsville coming off a sweep of nationally ranked Valdosta last week. This Huntsville team is no joke. Check swing, foul ball back to the screen. 2-2 the count. That ball sent to deep center field. Back is Morgan Jennings to the fence, and she hits the wall, and the ball is over the fence. Jennings slow to get up. In fact, not getting up yet. Now she is. That ball scraped the top of the fence, and she did not get her glove up there in time as the ball went over the fence, and she hit that fence hard. She's kind of stretching her back off a little bit and got her hands on her knees. Coach Sterner and the umpire are going to head out there to center field and check on her. She was going back pretty much full speed and slammed into that fence just as the ball went over the wall. The second home run of the inning, second home run of the day for Huntsville. They scored 8 runs in the first game without the aid of a homer, and now have 2 here in the first inning off of Abel for Union. Now the trainer, Noah Graves, out to check on Morgan Jennings. She may have got the wind knocked out of her or something. She hit that fence hard as she went back after that fly ball that went over the fence for a home run. It's Catron It's her 7th home run of the year. 38 RBI. Second baseman Briley Carneal goes out to check on her teammate and center fielder. They're going to bring Jennings out of the game. Haley Sipes will come in. So Briley Carneal the second baseman for Union, will move to the outfield. She'll play center. And entering the game for Morgan Jennings, Haley Sipes, and Haley Sipes will play second base. For the injured Jennings. That is indeed the case. So Briley Carneal, the second baseman for Union, will move to center field, and Haley Sipes will enter the game in the 9-hole in place of the injured Morgan Jennings. Hope she's okay. She hit that wall really hard going after that home run ball. She walked off on her own power, but you could tell something wasn't right, so better safe than sorry. She checks out. Young now the batter. Lila Young. 1 for 4 on the day with 2 RBI in that first game. That's here with 4 runs already in, a 3-run homer and a solo homer for Huntsville. Just 1 out. Ball and a strike count. Pitch to the plate, off speed. It's going to be in the dirt, 2-1. Baseball team Union Bulldogs enjoying senior day over on the other side between their doubleheader games. 6 seniors being honored over there in the field as we speak. Huntsville baseball won the first game over there on that side. Strike call. 2-2 the count to Young. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Ball 3, full count. Lila Young from Madison, Alabama. Hard hit ball right at Alarcon at third. She'll throw over to first. That'll be the second out. Hard hit ball, but Alarcon has scooped up a couple of those today. Hard hit grounders. The hot corner living up to its name today, and Alarcon has answered the bell every time so far. 2 outs now in the inning. Brings up Bryson. She entered as a pinch hitter in the first game and stayed into play center. Now getting the start in center field. She's a left-handed hitter. Caitlin Bryson, a .286 hitter on the year. No extra base hits, no RBIs so far on this season. There she's bunting for a hit. Third baseman picks it up, throws, and gets her out by a couple of steps. So first pitch there, and Bryson grounds out on the bunt, 5-3. The inning is over, but not before 4 runs come across the plate. A 3-run shot by Vaught, a solo shot by Catron, and Alabama Huntsville leads 4-0. Union coming to bat, bottom of the first.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, number 2, Macy Neal.
Macy Neal will lead off here. Bottom of the first, Union already down 4-0. Macy Neal 2 for 4 in the first game. A solo home run, 1 RBI, 1 run scored on that. She'll try to get the Union offense started. The pitcher for Alabama Huntsville, Katie Bracken, she's had a 1.49 ERA on the season, 13-1 win-loss record. This is her 21st appearance, her 15th start. She has 12 complete games, 98 1/3 innings pitched, 59 hits, 26 runs, 21 earned, 58 walks, 118 strikeouts. So she's obviously their ace on the season by her numbers. Team leader ERA, team leader wins, team leader strikeouts. Ball and a strike the count now to Neal. Righty-lefty matchup as Neal stands in the left-handed batter's box. Line drive out into left center field. That ball was smoked off the bat of Macy Neal. Union gets the first hit of the game. Neal's on first, brings up Idalia Alarcon.
Batting now, number 17, Idalia Alarcon.
Over 3 in the first game was Idalia. Senior stands on the right side. Houston, Texas native. Ball 1 to the senior. 369 average. She's got 6 homers on the year, 21 RBI. All high. Right-hander for Alabama Huntsville, Katie Bracken. Hard thrower. She's a freshman as well from Decatur, Alabama. We mentioned Decatur earlier. The site of the NAIA National Championships, where Union made several trips down there to play in that national tournament back in the NAIA days. All 3. 3-0 the count to Alarcon. Union trying to get a rally of their own here in the bottom of the first after Huntsville had 2 home runs, a 3-run shot, and a solo shot to get their 4 runs in the first. Union trying to answer with something. Alarcon walks on 4 pitches. Now Union's got their first 2 on base, and Courtney Marler the batter. Courtney Marler was the catcher in game 1. She went 2 for 3 with a run scored. In this ball game, she's moved up to 3rd in the order, and she's the designated player. Fallon Groves, who is on deck, who DP'd last game, will be the catcher for this game. So the 2 have swapped spots. They've also swapped spots in the batting order, I think. Actually, Marler moved from the 5 hole in the first game to the 3 hole in this game. Pitches inside. 5 straight out of the zone for Bracken. Marler's got a home run and 17 RBI on the season, 7 doubles. So she can find a gap somewhere. Bunting, though, bunting out towards first base. First base wheels and turns to first and gets her by a step. The sacrifice is good. That'll go down as a 3-4 sacrifice, but the runners do move up. Alarcon to second, Macy Neal to third. 2 runners forward, 1 out for Fallon Groves, the cleanup hitter for Union. 316 average, a couple of doubles, 5 homers, 22 RBI on the season. Second in the category, in that category for Union. The Union coaches are talking to the home plate umpire. He's got his lineup card out. I'm not sure. Somebody had something maybe wrote down wrong or something from the sub Union made earlier. So I do not know what they're discussing, only assumptions. Everybody's shaking their head yes, so whatever it is, they all agree. But interesting, all three of them had their paper lineup cards out. Both Union coaches and the umpire. Nothing changes, looks like. 1 out, 2 runners aboard. I think they were just maybe making sure that they had all those changes from earlier when Morgan Jennings had to come out of the game after hitting the center field wall. Fallon Groves hits a laser to center field. It'll be good enough for a sacrifice or not. The throw comes in. It's cut off. Union does score. Fallon Groves tagged that one. It was hit right at the center fielder. Didn't get very high, but she put some mustard on that one. Gets an RBI for it. Alarcon stays at second. Neal scores from third.
Now number 7, Brooks Puckett.
Brooke Puckett will be the batter. She had a 2-run homer in that first game. She had a .325 average, 15 RBI, 5 home runs on the season now after that one earlier today. Swing and a miss, the first pitch she sees. Or Fallon Groves hit a laser on that sacrifice fly. And Puckett hits another one deep. Will it be fair or foul? It's foul. It was a home run depth, but just foul. Umpire down behind the third base line, right on it. He said Puckett hit several in that first game that were foul, that were home run distance or hit the fence foul. And now she's got another one in this game. He's seeing the ball really well today. Long, loud strike, though. 0-2 the count. And that ball had home run distance, but just foul, not by much. Pops this one up. It'll get out of play. Count stays 0-2. Balls and 2 strikes to count. Pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, and that'll end the inning. Had her out in front of a couple and then threw the off-speed pitch and got her to miss it. Puckett goes down swinging after a home run distance ball that was hit foul. Union does get 1 run back, though, down 4-1. Huntsville coming to bat in the top of the second.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Top of the second we go. 4-1 Huntsville leading this one. Alabama Huntsville got 4 in the first. Union got 1 in the first. Now we're here in the second. Huntsville is batting, and the leadoff hitter will be Jessica Eddy. It's her first appearance of the day. Did not play at all in game 1. Bats from the right side. She's hitting 8 in the lineup. She got a .250 batting average, 10 RBI on the season. She's a junior from Estill Springs, Tennessee. Transferred from Wallace-Huntsville. Or actually went to high school, rather, at Wallace-Huntsville. My mistake. Fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-2. The right-hander. 2 home runs in the first inning for Huntsville. A 3-run shot by Vaught. A solo shot by Cartron. Union got a sacrifice fly. Fallon Grove. That ball hammered over to the first baseman, Grace White. 1 hop. She makes the play by herself. 3 unassisted. Brings up Green. Gracie Green was 1 for 4 in game 1.
Batting now number 4.
She bats here with nobody on and 1 out in the second. Pitch inside, ball 1. Bunt is a good one. Abel feels it safe. And Speedy Green beat that one out. Abel had to come all the way in to fill that one. She picked it up and threw a strike to Grace White, just not in time. Another bunt single for Huntsville here in game 2.
Batting now number 6.
Now Hayes bats. Lila Hayes steps in, the leadoff hitter, like that Lauren Hayes. Steps in, the leadoff hitter. She reached on an error and scored back in the first. She bats here with 1 out and 1 on. Infield is in, all 4 of them. That ball gets away. No, it hits her. Ball does get away, but not before it hit Hayes, and Hayes will scamper down to first base. Green will move to second on that play. That brings up Kinley Adams. Base hit and a run scored. She scored on that 3-run homer by Vault. First 3 batters reach base. Adams steps in. Ball is outside. Ball 1. Called strike, 1-1 to count. She did square to bunt there. 1 out, 2 runners on. Trying to sacrifice some over, maybe. Adams is the number 2 hole hitter, .434 batting average. Couple of doubles, 26 RBI. Ball and strike. 2 balls and a strike now. Wind still blowing. 12 miles an hour to start game 2 here. Wind flag standing out. Ball hit back up the middle is going to be in for a single. 1 run will score. The throw home is close and the ball gets away. Runners will advance. So an RBI single there and a run scored for Huntsville. Going to have a new pitcher for Union. Looks like Kira Finkley will come in. Number 6, she'll pitch and replace Abel. Kira Finkley on the year. 2 wins, 5 losses, a 6.28 ERA. She's making her 13th appearance of the year. Her 6th appearance in relief. 4 complete games, pitched in 39 innings, 50 hits, 38 runs, 35 earned, 31 walks, 29 strikeouts. She missed a little bit of time due to an injury, but is back. Was starting earlier in the year. She's been mostly in relief here since the injury. So we'll see if she can settle things down here. Kaylee Vault, the batter. 3 for 4 in the first game. Already 1 for 1 today with a 3-run homer. She's got 6 RBIs on the day. She is having a heck of an afternoon here at Festmeyer Field. Takes ball 1. Kaylee Vaught, she's a senior from Pisgah, Alabama, went to Pisgah High School. 4-year player for this Huntsville team. She wasn't listed, I don't believe, with the seniors that we recognized for Huntsville before game 1, so it appears she'll be coming back for maybe her COVID year next year, so a welcome sight for Coach Studeman, I would assume. Ball and 2 strikes after that foul ball against Vaught. Kira Finkley for Union from Grenada, Mississippi, went to Grenada High School. She's a sophomore. So Union's pitching staff, 3 freshmen and a sophomore. They've all made big strides this year and won big games. So Vaught goes down swinging there. She missed that one. Chased the high one. Now there are 2 outs. Dalthett will come up. Lined out to the first baseman her first time up. Right before her, Vaught hit the 3-run homer. Then she lined out to the first baseman. Then right after her, Catron hit a solo homer. That's time she grounds out to the third baseman, Alarcon. And once again, Alarcon answers the bell. Throws a strike over to first base. That'll end the inning. 1 run comes in to score. It's now 5-1 in favor of Alabama Huntsville. Union coming to bat in the bottom of the second.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Mackenzie David will lead off for Union here in the bottom of the second inning. 0 for 2 in that first game, had a walk. A strikeout, fouls this one off. First pitch swinging there over the first base dugout. She's a senior from Scott, Louisiana. Senior Day recognitions. 5 Lady Bulldogs will be recognized following game 2 here today. Big cookout planned, I think. On-field festivities. We'll leave the streaming video up during the recognitions on the field. 2 balls and a strike. The count to Mackenzie David. She was hit by a pitch in that first game. Pitch is high, ball 3. Swing and a miss. Big swing there. Came up empty. David, full count now. Against Katie Bracken in the circle for Huntsville. Grace White on deck for Union, first baseman. Popped up as a pinch hitter last game, her only plate appearance. Foul ball back to the screen for David. We'll do it again at full count, 3-2. Wind kind of gusting now. Picking up dust and stuff on the field in different places, blowing it across. Flag almost straight out there in left field. Hear it popping against that microphone outside. Swing and a miss. David goes down swinging. First out of the inning. Brings up Grace White. 295 hitter is Grace.
Batting now number 30, Grace White.
Batting 7th in the order today. 6 doubles, 4 triples, a homer, and 15 RBI on the season. That wind is whipping out there. Balloons tied to the fence, man. They're barely hanging on. And Grace White takes that one off the wrist. Shaking her wrist as she goes down to first base. So she'll be on base for the first time today with a hit by pitch. Umpires are checking to make sure of something. Hands as a part of the bat is a myth. There's nothing to that. So I'm not sure what they're checking about, but they seem to be in agreement that she's going to be on first base. So the trainer now, they're seeing, no, they're giving her a thumbs up. She's going to be fine, so they're sending the trainer back. So good job there as Grace White will stay at first. Briley Carnew will be up. She started as second baseman, moved to center field after Morgan Jennings left the game when she banged into the center field wall going after that home run ball by Catron. Carnew 0 for 1 with a walk in that first game. Swinging here, comes up empty. 0-1 the count. I guess they were just making sure that it didn't actually hit the bat instead of her wrist, and they all agreed that they heard no sound. I'm guessing that's what they were talking about. There's a bunt try by Carneal, and she bunts it foul, so 0-2 the count now. We'll see if she still has the bunt sign or not. Corner infielders will stay in just to make sure. Middle infielders about even with the bag. Double play depth, you might say, here for softball. 0-2 pitch. She's swinging and fouls it off. Alabama Huntsville going for their 10th win in a row. Mississippi College has won 10 games in a row as well. That started 2 weeks ago here at Union when they took 2 out of 3 from Lady Bulldogs. Union won the first game of that series, and Mississippi College won the next 2. Started that 10-game winning streak for Mississippi College. They've won today. West Alabama won today. Auburn Montgomery won today. So the top 4 teams won. Valdosta State has lost 4 in a row now. Union lost. West Florida lost. Montebello lost. Delta State and Lee all won. So the teams Union needed to lose did not lose. Union 1 game away. Magic number, I guess you could say, is 1. So if Union can get a win or if we can get a loss from Delta State, Union clinches a spot. Right now, Delta State is 9th, so Union has a 4-game lead over Delta with 5 to play. And they have the tiebreaker. Swing and a miss. Riley goes down swinging, and 2 outs now, both of them via the strikeout. Right now, Union has a 4-game lead over Delta. So should they win or Delta lose, they would have that 4-game lead with 4 to play, and Union holds the tiebreaker over Delta, taking 2 out of 3 from them earlier this year. So that's where we are. Union, a very, very tough team to face this weekend. Number 4 ranked Alabama Huntsville. Swing and a miss by Haley Sipes. Next weekend, looking ahead, Union will have to travel to West Alabama, number 3 team in the conference, so it doesn't get a whole lot easier. West Alabama, a very tough team. They're 33-10 on the year, 19-6 in the conference. Just 1 game behind Mississippi College there. So West Alabama's in 3rd place, so it doesn't get any easier for the Lady Bulldogs after this weekend. Down 5-1 here in the bottom of the 2nd. Ball and a strike the count to Haley Sipes, who entered the game for the injured Morgan Jennings back in the 1st inning, swinging a foul tip here, 1-2 the count. Look at some of Haley Sipes' numbers. .250 batting average, 13 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 4 RBIs. She's a junior from New Bern, Tennessee, transferred from Dyersburg State Community College. Played at Dyer County High School. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Haley Sipes, the right-hander. Pitch is high, full count. Katie Bracken, 29 pitches so far, 16 of them strikes, so she's above that 1-for-1 ball-to-strike ratio. Grace White on first. She stands there after being hit by a pitch. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Sipes pops this one foul. It's going to be back into the net. Count stays full, 3-2. They're getting ready to start baseball over there. Game 2, the senior day recognitions are over. Tidying up the field a little bit, and they'll be having their first pitch of Game 2 momentarily right behind us on the baseball side of Festmeyer Field Complex. Bracken's pitch to the plate, high, ball 3. Gets away from the catcher. Grace White rounds second, but she decides to stay right there. Macy Neal, the batter, back to the top of the order for the Lady Bulldogs. She singled and scored back in the first inning. She scored on a sacrifice line drive, from Fallon Groves. She had a home run in the first game, a couple of hits. An 8-3 victory by Huntsville in the first game. Ooh, pitch high and inside. Ben's back out of the way of that one. Ball 1 to Macy Neal. She now has 11 home runs on the season after that one in the first game. 43 RBI. Both of those are team highs. Team high in 4 triples, team high 11 doubles, team high 71 hits, team high 50 runs. Started all 43 games she's played in. Team high 461 batting average. She obviously the team leader statistically on this squad. Ranks in the top 10 the GSC in several of those categories. Huntsville infield and catcher all joining the pitcher inside the circle now. An umpire will go and break up the party. Macy Neal is patiently or impatiently waiting. They're in the left-handed batter's box to resume her at bat. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The left-hander. Ball she hit back in the first, that base hit, a hard hit ball back up the middle. Pitch to the plate from Bracken. High and outside, ball 2. They throw behind the runner at second. Grace White scampers back in. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Macy Neal. Foul ball there at the plate. 2-1 to count. Ooh, ball was close. Huntsville crowd oohing on for that one as well. Ball 3, the call. Must have been just a tad high. Swing and a miss, full count. Neal swinging hard on that one. Coming up empty. On the baseball side, a ceremonial official first pitch of the game is Ryan Middleton, whose season came to an end this year after a freak injury to his eye. He was allowed to throw out the first pitch to the Huntsville batter, prearranged, and Swing and a miss strikeout there by Macy Neal. Bracken, a very, very vocal and emotional in the circle there at UAH with that strikeout. Early in the inning, 3 strikeouts, had hit by a pitch and a walk in there. Those runners were stranded. We go to the top of the third, 5-1, Alabama Huntsville leading.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
The top of the third we go, and as I was mentioning the other day, a moment ago, Ryan Middleton for Union Baseball had to ended his season with a freak injury, and so he was allowed to throw out a first pitch to the Huntsville batter, and it was prearranged where he would take the pitch, and he got a standing ovation, and now the game is officially starting over there with the starting pitcher getting his warm-up tosses, so they are starting right now, but that was a nice gesture there. As Ryan Middleton, one of the seniors being honored, a couple of weeks ago suffered that freak injury that abruptly halted his baseball career. 5-1 on the softball side. Huntsville leading, 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and they bat here in the third. Pop up on the infield. It's Catron, who homered in the first inning, pops this one up to the second baseman. That'll be the first out of the inning and brings up Lila Young. Lila Young ground out to the third baseman, her first time up. Kiera Finkley back out. First, second inning of work in relief. She came in and got a big strikeout. Get out of that jam in the second. Ball 1 now, strike call. 1-1 to count. Ball 2.
Heads up play to go to second base on that ball to get the lead runner and then back
Ball 3, 3-1 to count. That one way high of the zone. This afternoon, shadows creeping in across the right field corner. The right fielder stands in some shadows from the line of trees out there beyond right field. Scoreboard kind of in the shade as well. So the shadows creeping in, but they shouldn't interfere with the infield of play, the batter's eye or anything like that. Swing and miss there, 3-2 the count to Young. Ooh, that ball was headed right towards her, and she, in self-defense, I think, swung at that one and fouled it off, pulled it foul over by the Union dugout on the third base side. If she hadn't have swung at that, it would have hit her probably. So Lila Young, a transfer from, no, she's not. She is, played at James Clemens High School. She takes ball 4. That brings up Bryson, the center fielder. Grounded out as well to third base, her first time up to end the first. 0 for 1 today. She bats with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the third inning. You know, the softball games today have been rather on the slow side. Just a lot of pitches. Both teams taking a lot of pitches. A lot of balls being thrown today. The pitchers have been hovering around that 1 ball to 1 strike ratio, it seems like, all day long for both sides. So there's been a lot of base runners today, a lot of pitches being thrown. Ball 1, now ball 2 there to Bryson. course, you had 11 runs scored in that first game. There's already been 6 runs scored here in this game. We're just in the top of the third. It just seems to be dragging a bit. Another ball out of the zone, 3-0 the count. Union has had base runners. Union has left 3 runners on base already in this ball game. Called strike, 3-1 the count. Union left 6 runners on base in the first game. Huntsville left 9 runners on base. So 15 runners left on base in the first game. There's already been 5 runners left on base in this game. We're in the top of the third with a runner on base, swinging a foul ball. Fills the count up at 3-2. So, yeah, just a lot of base runners. A lot of pitches being thrown by both teams. And first game went 2.5 hours. Time of game. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Strikeout at the plate. Runner does get a stolen base on that. So Bryson strikes out swinging. Young gets a stolen base. So 2 outs and a runner on second. Eddie is the batter. Eddie led off the second with a ground out to the first baseman. .246 hitting on the season now. Takes strike 1.
Still just as beautiful an afternoon as it was when we started the opener at 1 o'clock. And got him to go around on that one for strike 3. Boy, he had a good fastball in that first at bat.
That one high and out of the zone, ball 1.
Alec Hardy, the second baseman.
The series will complete tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. This was originally scheduled to be last night, single game and doubleheader today, but the rain yesterday, over 3 inches of rain here in Jackson, did not stop until about 9:30 or 10 o'clock last night. Over 3 inches of rain here in the area in some parts. So the games were moved to Saturday, Sunday. This will be the last home weekend for the Lady Bulldogs softball team. They'll close out on the road next week at West Alabama. The baseball team as well close out their Huntsville series tomorrow afternoon, but they have a home game Tuesday, a rescheduled game from earlier in the year. So that'll be a home game Tuesday over here at Festmeyer Field for the baseball squad. Then they'll head to West Alabama to end their regular season. Ball to the third baseman, Alarcon up with it. Over to first, that'll end the inning. Alarcon has been perfect today over there. So nobody scores there in the top of the third. Bottom of the third we go. It's 5-1, Alabama Huntsville.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
She's been solid at third base all day long. Aldelia Alarcon, the senior third baseman for this Union team, she'll be honored after this ball game today as part of the Senior Day festivities. A senior from Houston, Texas. She walked her first time up in this ball game earlier today. She was 0 for 3 in game 1. She leads off the bottom of the third. Union down 5-1. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Alabama Huntsville. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors for Union. Called strike to Alarcon. Both of the errors for Union have not been one of those where you eliminate base runners. They've been those to where catch has been missed in both occasions. Allowed a runner to move up. Pop up on the infield now. A few steps out on the grass, the shortstop goes. And then retires Alarcon as she pops up to the shortstop. Courtney Marler will be the batter. Sacrifice bunt, her first time up.
Batting down number 4, Courtney Marler.
Courtney Marler, 2 for 3 in that first game. 1 of 3 Lady Bulldogs with 2 hits in that first game. Bats on the right side, takes ball 1. Olive Branch, Mississippi native. She's a freshman. She's been a great job this year behind the plate for Union and offensively. .341 average. 17 RBIs, a freshman, a homer, 7 doubles. Stepped right in and contributed right away. Excited for the future she has here in the Lady Bulldog uniform. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Marlar. She can catch. She can also play infield or outfield. She's one of those girls that can do it all. One ball and 2 strikes.
3 balls, no strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
He walked his first hitter in the first inning, but came away unscathed, and that one was in there.
I think it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm pretty sure it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
On that strike one. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that one missed the corner.
2 balls and 1 strike.
The first one here in the second as Brewer trots down to first, and here comes Lindsay, the first baseman.
2 balls and 1 strike. Umpire said it backwards. Had to check with we had the scoreboard right. Stats had 2 balls and a strike. The 2 field umpires had 2 balls and a strike. The home plate umpire had it backwards. I think he just maybe held his fingers up backwards. That's 3 balls and a strike. Three balls, 2 strikes to count now to Marlar. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Union down by 4. Foul ball off the screen there in front of the Union dugout. Count stays 3-2. Full count, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. Breaking to the pitch, popped up again. Will it stay in play? No, it's going to drift foul out of play. Pop this one up. It's going to drift over into foul territory, and the 3rd baseman there to make the catch. That one went a mile high. Under it, the 3rd baseman, Gracie Green for Huntsville. There are 2 outs here. Nobody on. Fallon Groves the batter.
Down for 20, Fallon Groves.
1 out, 1 on here in the second inning.
Sacrifice fly out to center field back in the 1st inning. Union's only run. RBI there. Ball was lasered out to center field. So she saw that ball well. Hit it hard. Takes ball 1 here. She get a little loft on that one. That would have been a no-doubter. See if she can get it here. Hits it hard again, right at the shortstop. It's off her glove. That'll be an E6, an error on Huntsville there on that ball that was hit hard, but right at the shortstop. She just missed it. That was not a hit. It was an error. Error. Swing and a miss for Brooke Puckett. She had a 2-run homer in the first game. Struck out swinging her first time up here in game number 2. Ball 1 high, 1-1 the count. Swinging a miss, 1-2. She might have got a piece of that one. This Puckett foul tip that one maybe back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second for Huntsville, 1 run in the first for Union. It's 5-1. That ball tapped out to shortstop. She'll get the easy one there, force out at second base, and that'll retire the side. No runs for Union. Go to the top of the 4th. It's 5-1, Alabama Huntsville.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Gracie Green, the 3rd baseman, will come to the plate. Singled and scored back in the 2nd inning. 1 for 1 in this ball game. First pitch she sees is ball high. 1-0. That ball hit out to deep left center. Fielders giving chase. Nobody's going to get there. It's going to go up against the fence in left center. So Gracie Green, a 9-hole hitter, sends one out to the deep gap in left center for a double. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Lauren Hayes. Hayes 0 for 1 officially. She reached in the 1st inning on an error, scored on that 3-run homer by Ball. Then was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, was stranded at 3rd base. First pitch close, called the ball. Just a bit outside. She squared the bunt, pulled it back. No outs. Runner at second base on that double. Infielders are all in. Spurs to bunt, takes the ball. In the dirt, nice stop by Fallon Groves, keeping the runner at second. Square to bunt. She bunts it, but it goes foul. 2-1 the count to the leadoff hitter for the Chargers, Lauren Hayes. 430 entering this ball game. Now 428 average with her 0 for 1 start so far. 2 balls and a strike to count. Just high, ball 3. Breeze is still blowing. 12 miles an hour wind. Not unbearable, but it's significant. Going across the softball field from right to left. That ball hit out to second base, booted by Haley Sipes. It'll be out into right field and run will score. So that'll be an error on that play. 1 error.
Now number 2, Kinley Adams.
Right now that run is unearned. We'll see how the rest of the inning goes. Nobody out. Adams, the batter, takes strike 1. Adams 2 for 2, a couple of base hits, a run scored, and an RBI so far. Square to bunt, foul. 0-2. Ball one. 1-2 the count. Ball sent out to left field. They call it fair. Oh, my word. Home plate umpire calls it fair. The ball bounced right on the line. All the other umpires are on the other side of the field because of the base runner situation. Coach Sterner comes out to talk about it. And they're pointing at it. I mean, the line's not moving. I'm not sure what they're pointing at. Umpire standing by his signal that he was right on the line, saying that ball was fair. So anyway, fair ball. It's going to be a single down there, so it moves the runners up a bit. Good job by Puckett to get over there and keep that base runners at first and second. Runners on first and second, still nobody out, and Vaught is batting. She's already got a 3-run homer in the ball game back in the first. She did strike out swinging in the second. She had 3 hits in the first game. She has 6 RBI on the day. She bats with nobody out, 3 runners aboard. This game could get out of hand quick with her at the plate. Already leading 5-1 of the Chargers, and their hottest hitter at the plate. And the ball, no strikes to count. Hard hit there, but foul over the first base dugout. Strike one. Appeal and see did she go, and they're going to say no, she did not. 3-1 the count. Three balls and a strike. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to pitch don't give in to Vaught. She's had such a good day. 4 hits on the day, 6 RBI. That pitch called a strike. 3-2. Kira Finkley still pitching in relief for Union. She entered in relief of Addison Abel, who got the start. Gave up 5 runs early. 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Ball hit to the second baseman, scooped up. Out at second, over to first, not there, and the ball gets away from the first baseman. It's going to be an error and another run scored. So be an error on the scoreboard and another run as Vaught grounds into the fielder's choice. Dalthett will bat. 0 for 2 on the day, a line out and a ground out. She bats with 1 out and a runner on second base. Now 4 errors in this ball game for Union. Not something they usually do. Foul ball there. It's an 0-2 the count. Huntsville ranked number 4 in the country, number 1 in the GSC right now. There's a pass ball that gets away, allows the runner to go up. For the Union defense, it's not very crisp right now. Ball and 2 strikes the count. ball foul. Count stays at 1-2. So Lee lost today, so that helps Union a little bit. Need Delta State to lose their game. Ball hit out to the third baseman. Alarcon up with it. Over to first for the out. 2 outs now in the inning. Runner stays put. Another ground out there hit to Alarcon, and another runner thrown out. She's been solid today over there at third base, as Idalia Alarcon. Brings up Cartron. A solo shot back in the first inning, part of that 4-run inning. Then she popped up to the second baseman her last time up. Hitting .298 now on the season. Bats from the right side. 2 outs, runner at third base here in the top of the 4th. 2 runners already in at 7. That ball hit the bag and bounced up and hit Alarcon somewhere. The ball hit the bag, so that's going to be a hit and a run scored. They're checking on her. She's still on the ground. That ball hit the bag and ricocheted up. You can tell she's holding her face. Yeah, she's readjusting her. That ball bounced up and hit her in the face or something. And now she's kind of hobbling too. Maybe it. Not sure what that ball hit off of. Hard hit ball there by Catron. She'll stay in the game. She has had a lot of putouts over there in that first game. She had 4 chances, and she's already had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chances in this ball game. Brings up Young, Lila Young. First pitch to her is a strike. Lila Young 0 for 1, a ground out to third base and a walk. Pitch there, swing and a miss, strike 2. 8-1 now in favor of Alabama Huntsville. Pitch is way high, ball 1. Ball 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 3 runs already in, 8-1, Huntsville leading. 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Huntsville, 1 run, 1 hit, 4 errors for Union. Very uncharacteristically of Union's defense, 4 errors in that 1 inning, or 1 game rather. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 4th. Cue ball out to second base, fielded by Sipes. Ooh, a high throw, but Grace catches and gets back down on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Eight to 1, Huntsville leading. Union coming to bat, bottom of the 4th.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Fessmeyer Field. The location, Union softball hosting Alabama Huntsville, number 4 ranked team in the country. Right now it's all Alabama Huntsville, 8-1 here. Union batting bottom of the 4th. Mackenzie DeVede will lead it off. She struck out swinging back her first time up in the 2nd inning. Back to the circle for Huntsville. Katie Bracken. Their ace, 1.49 ERA, 13-1 record, 118 strikeouts, just 58 walks, 98 1/3 innings entering today's game. 8-1 lead seems like 100-1 with her on the mound the way she pitches. Very solid arm. for the Chargers. Ball in the dirt. Ball 1 strike the count. Got Emily Claire Felder getting loose in the bullpen. She came in relief in the first game. She's getting loose if she's needed here in game 2. Union's already made 1 pitching change. Pitch is outside, 2-1. 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Huntsville. 1 run, 1 hit, 4 errors for Union. Alabama Huntsville took game 1 8-3, lead this one 8-1. Ball high, 3-1 the count.
And that one is going to the shortstop once again, on to second, and on to first, a double play.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count. My correction there.
Navigated beautifully, and Evans gets out of the jam.
David riding from the right side. Now
No runs,
Bracken
no errors, and 2 men left on.
confused about the sign, steps off and resets. Now she's coming to the plate.
It is Alabama Huntsville.
Hard hit ball to the shortstop. It's going to be off the glove into left field. That'll be call that a E6 error on the shortstop. Brings up Grace White. Fouls it straight back to the screen. Swinging a foul tip back to the screen, 0-2 the count.
Union will have the bottom half of the order with Blake Barrett, the designated hitter, Kate Cottrell, the catcher, and Trey Ryerson, the center field. As they attempt to get their first base runner in this second half of the doubleheader.
No balls, 2 strikes to count. Now ball and a strike. That one out of the zone.
Marcelli has struck out 2 and walked 9 and set down all 6 Bulldogs in order.
Ball hit out to center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit for Grace White. Little soft liner right over the infield. David moves up to second base. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th for Union. See if Union's offense can get something rolling here. Briley Carnew will be the batter, center fielder. Moved from second to center field after Morgan Jennings was taken out of the game after she banged into the center field wall, chasing down what would be a home run ball. Carneal struck out her first time up in this ball game. Bats with nobody out, 2 runners aboard. Infield expecting bunt, and she bunts it foul. Pops it up. It's a dangerous spot. At least it gets back to the net. It's out of play. She failed to get a bunt down last time. She bunted a couple times and kept going just foul. So she can get one down here.
A nostalgic night to hear the great stories of seasons past in so many different sports.
Swing and a miss on that one, not bunting. Came up empty on that big swing. 0-2 the count to Carneal. Nobody out, runners on first and second. See if Carneal can do something with a stick here, keep the lineup moving. Union needs a crooked number up here in this inning. Bottom of the 4th, down by 7. Ball in the dirt. It's going to be ball 1. Good job by the catcher keeping that in front of her. She scooped that pitch that bounced well in front of home plate, keeping the runners at first and second.
The women's softball game that's going on at the adjoining field. So Tommy's had to make
Foul ball back to the screen. Count stays 1-2. Two balls and two strikes. Raleigh Carneal. Medina, Tennessee. Just up the road from Jackson here. About 15 minutes from here. Not far at all. Ball 3. It's one of the fastest growing areas, suburbs of Jackson. Actually over in Gibson County, neighboring county of Madison here, but just a few minutes away from Jackson, and it is growing leaps and bounds. And she takes ball 4, works that one, 0-2 count to a walk, and now the bases are loaded. Good job by Briley Carneal. What a great at bat. That brings up Haley Sipes. She walked her first time up. She actually entered the game for Morgan Jennings and moved to second when Briley went from second to center. Sipes has a chance to do some damage here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Haley Sipes has 2 doubles, a triple, and 1 home run, and 4 RBI on the season, and limited at bats. She's 13 hits and 52 at bats. So 4 of those 13 hits are extra bases. She's got 10 runs scored. So she can do it right here. A little simple double in the gap wouldn't be bad. Not that simple, though, is it? Bases loaded, nobody out. Sipes the batter. First pitch is called a strike. Wind still blowing about 12 miles an hour here at Festmeyer Field. Across left or right to left. Right field to left field. Union hit 2 bombs in the first game. Huntsville's hit 2 bombs here in the second game. Both of those came in the first inning. We're going to throw behind the runner at second. It's kind of an odd throw. Bases loaded, nobody out. Not really close there at second. It's kind of a gamble, not sure needed to be taken, but it worked out. At least nothing happened on it. Ball and a strike to count. Ball hit to the third baseman, throw home for the out. They get the force out at home, so a fielder's choice by Sipes. So she puts it in play. All the base runners move up, and DeVete is thrown out 5-2 at the plate. So nobody scores, bases still loaded, but now there's 1 out. But the top of the order up, and Union's leading hitter, .462 batting average from Macy Neal. She's the Union leader in doubles, triples, homers, and RBI. 11 doubles, 4 triples, 11 homers, 43 RBI. She had a solo home run in game 1, 71 hits on the year. As we said, hitting .462. There's a base hit and a strikeout in this ball game. She bats with the bases loaded. A big fly right here, and Union's right back in this ball game. Down 8-1 with the bases loaded. And Macy Neal batting. This could be one of the key at bats in this ball game right here. UAH flirting with the run rule, leading by 7. This may be the last at bat for Macy Neal in this game, unless she can do something big here. Ball, now a strike call, evens the count at 1-1. So bottom of the 4th, so we'll be in the top of the 5th next inning. If it stays 8-1, Huntsville will just be 1 run away from getting that 8-run advantage. Pitch to the plate outside, ball 2. really good. One of the best pitchers in the conference and one of the best hitters in the conference right here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Big part of this ball game right here. Can Union get back in it? With Macy Neal at the plate. Let's see what happens here. 2-1, pitch to the plate. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Macy Neal has only struck out, make that 9 times today. Struck out 1 time in this game. 9 times on the season and over more than 150 at-bats, approaching 160 at-bats now. But she did strike out her last time up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count, 1 out, bases loaded. Hard ball down the left field line is going to be out of play. Count stays 2-2. Macy Neal, the junior from Dyer, Tennessee, Gibson County High School. Also a transfer from the University of Tennessee at Martin, Tennessee, just about an hour up the road from Jackson. D1 school in the OVC conference. The left-hander awaits the pitch from the righty, Bracken in the circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Back up the middle, that'll be a single. 1 run will score. Rounding third is Bradley Carneal, and she'll score. 2 RBI single with 1 out. And Macy Neal keeps Union interested in this ball game. Two RBIs on that one.
Batting now number 17, Idalia Alarcon.
And the runner's going, and he will get in ahead of the tag. So, there you go, the steal.
Still just 1 out. The batter is Idalia Alarcon. She had 2 home runs last weekend in the conference series at Lee. She's got 6 of them on the year, 21 RBI. 2 runners aboard, 1 out. Alarcon 0 for 1 in this game, a walk and a pop-up. Ball 1 to the righty, now pops this one up on the infield. First baseman calling for it, makes the catch right on the baseline, it's in fair territory. So Alarcon pops up for the 2nd straight at bat. Now there are 2 outs. Marler will be the batter.
Batting now number 4, Courtney Marler.
0 for 2 with a ground out. Reached on a foul out. Ground out and a foul out. It's 8-3, Huntsville leading. That was a score, game 1. Marler pops this one up. Will it stay in play? No, it will not. Strike 1 the count. They get a new softball. Bracken threw that one out. Got another one tossed in. No balls and a strike to Courtney Marler. In this ball game, Marler hitting 3rd. She hit 5th in the first game. Ball hit to 3rd base. It's foul ball. Foul ball there, just outside the line there. Runners retreat to 1st and 2nd base. The big hit by Macy Neal. It was 8-1. Had Union not scored in that opportunity, it's been tough to come back from that. But now chipped away a little bit. A couple of runs there. Still got a chance to score. 2 outs and 2 runners on with number 3 hole hitter up. Chip away a little bit. Really good Huntsville team. 8-3 leading right now. Going for the sweep today in the doubleheader. They've won 9 in a row, counting today's win. Foul ball. Makes it 0-2 the count. 1-2, excuse me. 1-2 the count to Marler. Ball in the dirt is going to get away, a wild pitch. That ball bounced well in front of the plate. So it'll be ball number 2. That'll let Macy Neal and Sipes advance on that wild pitch. So now just a base hit, scores a couple. Good speed at both bases. A base hit here with 2 outs might score 2. But a chance for a Marler right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. Union does get 2 runs on a 2 RBI single from Macy Neal. It's 8-3 Huntsville going to the top of the 5th.
Mention BallGame Blitz Sports Network and receive a free gift.
8-3 now. Union scored twice in the 4th. Cut into this deficit a little bit. Now can Kira Finkley hold them right here? 8 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Huntsville. 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for Union. Pitch is high to Bryson. 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. It's ball 1. Kira Finkley, the Grenada, Mississippi native, sophomore. Ball 2. Again, Huntsville looking for their 10th straight win of the season, or current 10-game winning streak. And 4 straight out of the zone and a leadoff walk for Bryson. Not how you want to start there. Brings up Eddie. 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. Jessica Eddy. East Still Springs, Tennessee. Bats from the right side. Squares to bunt, back to the pitcher. Finkley up with it. Over to first base, covering his Sipes, the second baseman. So the sacrifice is good. It'll go down as a 1-4. Bryson moves up to second base on that sacrifice, and Gracie Green, the 9-hole hitter, will be the batter. Don't let that fool you. 2 for 2 with a single and a double and 2 runs scored from the 9-hole spot today for Gracie Green. She's up to her average to 279 on the season. She bats now with 1 out and a runner in scoring position at second base. First pitch called a strike. Squared to bunt there, pulled it back, takes the ball high, 1-1. 4 runs in the first for Alabama Huntsville, 1 in the second, did not score in the third, and then 3 in the fourth. So they're 8 runs on 8 hits. They've been helped by 4 Union errors. Another one out of the zone, 2-1 the count. Of those 4 errors, only one of them a misplay on a batted ball. The rest of them have been not catching relay throws and allowing runners to take off on an extra base. There's a ball that's going to be out at first, and now the runner trying to go to second, and she's going to be thrown out. Trying to steal a base there. Trying to sneak over to third base on that play, and she's going to be thrown out. So that'll be the unconventional double play, 6-3-5 double play, and that'll end the inning. Gracie Green's grounds out, ends up driving into a double play.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Bottom of the fifth we go. Fallon Groves will lead things off for Union. The cleanup hitter for Union. She's 0 for 2 on the day. She flied out on a sacrifice in the first, scoring Union's first run. And she reached on an error and was retired in the third. Bats here in the fifth. Union down by 5. First pitch swinging. Out to the shortstop. Scooped up. Over to first for the out. First pitch swinging and 1 out. Nice play by the shortstop there. Brooke Puckett now the batter. Brooke Puckett 0 for 2 in this game, a strikeout and a flyout. She did have a 2-run bomb in the first game. Was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in that game, game 1 earlier today. She bats here with a .316 average from the right side, nobody on and 1 out. Both teams have combined in this doubleheader to leave 25 runners on base. That ball hit out to the shortstop. Going to be deep throw from the hole. She throws it, and it's going to get by. So that's probably going to go down as a hit and an error. And they'll bring up Mackenzie David. David will bat. 0 for 2 on the day. She struck out. Reached on an error. So 1 out. Runner at second base. We're going to pop up. It's going to get out of play. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss there, big cut. Didn't make contact, 0-2 the count. 85 pitches now in the game for Bracken. 50 of them strikes. It's a pretty good ratio, near a 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio rather. That one high, 1-2. They're saying both teams have combined for 25 runners left on base through the doubleheader today. 15 in the first game combined and 10 combined so far here in game number 2. A lot of pitches thrown. Close. Ball 2, the count call though. 2-2. Union needed Delta State to lose at least one game today, and they swept their doubleheader today. So Union still in a situation where they have to win to clinch a spot for the conference tournament. David goes down on strikes. There's 2 outs now in the inning. It brings up the left-hander Grace White. 1 for 1 officially on the day. She was hit by a pitch her first time up and had a base hit and scored a run back in the 4th inning. She bats with 2 outs and a runner at second base. First pitch was high, ball 1. And Delta State won both of their games today. That's who Union needed to lose, and they didn't. So Union still searching for that 1 win or a Delta State loss to get them in the tournament. Not exactly what you want to see, having to face the number 4 team in the country. There'll be 4 games left in the conference season after this one is finished. This one obviously not over yet. Union currently in 6th place, West Florida 7th. And Delta State has now jumped Montevallo for that 8th spot. So Montevallo now having to fight to get in, and Delta State is in the tournament. They weren't in the tournament starting at start of day's play. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Grace White. Briley Carneal on deck. Should Grace White reach with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Called strike. Unions, as they go by winning percentage, because in softball and baseball and things like that, you don't always play the same number of games because rainouts and different things. But right now, Union in 6th place, 3 games ahead of West Florida, who is in 7th place. Union does have the tiebreaker over West Florida and Delta State, as Grace White does indeed walk with 2 outs, and it brings up Briley Carneal. 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout and a walk and a run scored for Briley Carneal. Union beat West Florida 2 games and also beat Delta State 2 games in those 2 series. So Union has the tiebreaker over West Florida and Delta State, should that come into play as far as seeding is concerned. If we can get Montevallo, has lost twice. And down to the nitty-gritty time of the year. 1 weekend left after this weekend. Fighting for one of those 8 spots. The first 5 spots have already been clinched. Huntsville, Mississippi College, Auburn, Montgomery, West Alabama, and Valdosta State. Valdosta State's lost 5 in a row. They got swept last week by Huntsville, and this week, I'm not sure who they're playing, but they've lost both games today. Well, Valdosta State has lost 5 in a row. They were nationally ranked, or are nationally ranked. They're on a losing skid. And the pitch, looks like an illegal pitch has been called. That's the ball 1. Illegal pitch has been called against Huntsville's Bracken. Now the Coach Studerman will come out and chat with the home plate umpire, getting an explanation.
And that makes it a 3-1 game. Alabama Huntsville. And here comes Collins.
She's not happy. She's getting a little animated down there, talking to the home plate umpire right there in front of the first base dugout. They're in a serious conversation. She walks off shaking her head. She walks off, shaking her head, still talking. The umpire said something. Now he's walking back to the home plate area. So nothing was accomplished for that conversation. Now Coach Studerman's going to come back out on the field and talk to her pitcher. So she calls time and comes to the circle to talk to her pitcher. Looks like it'll be just between her and the pitchers. Everybody else stays out. She's not very happy, so here's probably a wise call to stay out of that conversation. The runners and the hitters will all join Coach Sterner over in the third base coach's box as they chat a little bit. All the conversations are over. It's a 1-0 count to Briley Carneal. Lefty awaits the pitch from Brackett to the plate. It's a little bit high, ball 2.
French pronunciation of it, so to the family, we apologize on that. Both here. Runner on second with 1 out. And a 1-0
2
count.
balls and no strikes. 8-3 lead for Alabama Huntsville here in the bottom of the 5th. Union batting with 2 outs, called strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Union's got 2 runners aboard with 2 outs.
Dylan Johnston, the catcher.
Need to keep chipping away. They scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th, held Huntsville scoreless in the top of the 5th. If they add another run or 2 here in the bottom of the 5th.
He awaits the 1-1.
Called strike.
And there's 1.
Counts 2-2.
1 hop for the second baseman.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
The runner advances to third.
To the left-hander, Briley Carneal for Union.
And that will bring up Dylan Johnston, the catcher, who is 1 for 1.
Number 16, Dylan Johnston.
Evans is giving
Called strike 3. That'll end the inning. Union strands 2 more. They've stranded 8 in this ball game.
minimal damage. And that one fouled back up.
We go to the top of the 6th, 8-3 Huntsville.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
8-3, Alabama Huntsville with the lead here. Top of the 6th, the Chargers coming to bat. The top of the order will be up. Lauren Hayes will lead off. 0 for 2 in this game with 2 runs scored. How about that? She reached twice on an error and was hit by a pitch once. So she's been on base all 3 times.
Batting now number 6, Lauren Hayes.
She's hitting .425 now. Union has now left 8 runners on base. Huntsville has left 4. That's a combined 12 in this ball game. They combined for 15 runners left on base in the first game. Lots of base runners in this ball game for both teams. 8 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for Huntsville, 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for Union. Lots of errors in this game too. 7 combined between the 2 teams. Like I said, of those 7 errors, I think only 2, maybe 3 of them combined are from batted balls. Most of them are just secondary errors with throws to a bag and somebody missing the play or something of that nature, or an error maybe allowing a runner to move up a base or something. It's been kind of an odd, just an odd game. Again, very slowly played, lots of base runners, lots of different throws to different areas, and it's just been kind of odd. 8-3 though, the lead for Huntsville. They say win ugly, win pretty, whatever, doesn't matter. A win is a win. Swing and a miss there, down on strikes. Goes Hayes, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Brings up Adams. 3 for 3. Keely Adams, base hit and a run scored in the first, base hit and RBI in the second, base hit in the fourth. She's 3 for 3 in this game. First pitch is a called strike. She was 1 for 3 in game 1, so she's got 4 hits on the day. They're a 2-hole hitter. She's the right fielder for this Charger squad. From New Market, Alabama. She's a junior. Swinging a miss. Foul tip, maybe. Yep, foul tip. 0-2 the count. Kira Finkley back out for her 4th inning of relief. She's tossed 4 innings, 61 pitches, 3 hits, 3 runs. 1 of them is earned. They're going to check. Did she go? No, she did not. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts for Finkley in relief. Abel started the game, went an inning and a third, gave up 5 runs, 4 earned. Did not walk anybody or strike anybody out.
This was a lower scoring affair. That was almost an accidental foul by Perry.
Ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes to number 2.
Right down in there for strike.
Number 2 hole hitter too. Ball 3, full count. Mississippi College won again. They've won 11 in a row. They haven't lost. Their last loss was to Union right here at Festmeyer Field 2 weeks ago. Union knocked them off the first game of the series. They've rattled off 11 straight wins. They now have a grasp of second place in the league. As we said, just spot held by Valdosta State. Now they've lost 5 in a row. They were swept by this Huntsville team last weekend. Now they've lost 2 in a row this weekend, so they've lost 5 straight. That ball tapped out to the second baseman. Sipes over to Grace White for the out, and Adams grounds out 4-3. Brings up Vaught. A 3-run homer in the first for Vaught, a strikeout, reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the fourth. She was 3 for 4 in game 1 with 3 RBIs, so she's got 6 RBIs in this doubleheader today, including that 3-run homer back in the first. That was a no-doubter. She bats here with nobody on and 2 outs, so that's how you want to face Vaught, with nobody on. He's a 3-hole hitter for this Charger team, a .346 batting average. First pitch is a ball. Wind has kind of died down a little bit. The calmest it's been all day. The flag is barely moving out there in left center. That picks back up a little bit. It was laying limp for a moment. Not gusting like it was earlier. Slight breeze now. Shadows creeping across the outfield from right to center. Inching into left field. Nothing on the infield. 2 balls and a strike the count to Vaught. In the dirt, 3-1. Vaught's a senior from Pisgah, Alabama. Listed at 5'10". She's the left fielder for this squad. That ball hammered out to left center. It's going to one-hop the wall. That got out there quick. If I can turn and throw quick, she's going to get a double. That ball was laced out to left center field. And she continues her impressive day. 2 hits in this game, 3 hits in the first game. 6 RBIs on the day. We got a pinch hitter now. Pinch hitter for Duthett. 25 is going to pinch hit. Actually, she'll probably stay in that DP position, as Duthett was the DP in this ball game, batting 4th. Harbin pinch hit in the first game, and she sent a ball to the wall. Morgan Jennings made that catch in the first game where they're back up against the fence. Had a couple of runners on base, too, in that situation. That ended the inning, so Coach Studeman going to see if she can give her another shot at it. She earned another at-bat with that ball. Deepest part of the park, and outfielder back against the wall and made the catch. First pitch is a ball. .261 hitter is Harbin, 1 double, 5 home runs, and 17 RBIs. So she's got that pop. Pinch hitter pop. Fouls that one back into the net. 1-1 the count. She's a junior from Huntsville, Alabama. Went to Buckhorn High School. Called strike there. The off-speed pitch drops in for a strike.
The 1-0. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Alec Purdy would be next.
Ball out to Alarcon at third base. Up with it as she has all day, 5-3. That's her 11th chance at third base today in this doubleheader, and she's been solid on all of them. That'll end the inning. Nobody scores. It's still 8-3. Union coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Haley Sipes will lead off for Union here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Down by 5 for the Lady Bulldogs. Haley Sipes entered the game in the 1st inning after Morgan Jennings left after hitting the center field fence, chasing down a home run ball. She hit it hard and was lifted. Sipes came in to play second. Carneal moved from second to center. She's 0 for 1 officially. She reached on a walk and reached on a fielder's choice. Pops this one up. It's going to get out of play. 0-1 will be the count to Sipes. She's batting in the 9 hole where Jennings was. See if she can get on base here ahead of the top of the order, Macy Neal. She's got a couple of RBIs in this ball game as well. See if Union can chip away here. Down to their last 2 at bats, bottom of the 6th. Pops it up foul again, back into the net. That was the 100th pitch of the ball game for Bracken. 57 of them for strikes.
For Union, they picked up no runs on
100 pitches for the starter, Katie Bracken. That was high, ball 1. Katie Bracken from Decatur, Alabama. She's a freshman. The stat leader on this team for the pitching staff, lead the team in wins. She leads the team with 13 wins. She leads the team with a 1.49 ERA. She leads the team in innings pitched. She's also got a save. She leads the team in strikeouts, not even close, with 118 on the year. And she's a freshman. UAH fans say yes. All the opponents say, oh no. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Sipes has a chance if she can get on base here with a leadoff walk. Tough at bat here for Sipes. Leading off the bottom of the 6th. Bracken's pitch to the plate. Put into play out to third base. Foul ball is called. Third baseman fills it and throws it over to first. You never know. That ball right on the line. Home plate umpire quickly up. Calls it foul. So Sipes will do that 3-2 count one more time. Swing and a miss. And another very animated reaction by Bracken in that circle after that strikeout. Mason Neal will be the batter.
Now number 2, Macy Neal.
She gets a lot of strikeouts. She enjoys every one of them. Macy Neal the batter. 2 for 3 on the day, couple of hits, a run scored, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout sandwiched between those 2 hits. First pitch she sees is ball 1. Love to see the excitement in sports. That one sent out to deep right field, carrying back, and about 10 feet from the fence, the catch will be made. Just not enough. Too much under it. Plus you're hitting it directly into that wind, but still not sure it would have gone out either way, but a little too much loft on that one. That'll be out number 2. That fly out to right field by Macy Neal. Brings up Idalia Alarcon. Alarcon was 0 for 3 at the plate in the first game. Again, we mentioned she had 4 chances over there at third base. And was perfect on all 4 of them, and she takes strike 1. In this ball game, she's had a put out and 6 assists, so 7 chances over there in this ball game. So 11 chances today, and she's been perfect over at the hot corner today. She's also been involved in a double play that she helped turn. Excellent defensive day for Alarcon when not many other folks today have been excellent on defense. 7 combined errors in game number 2. There were 3 combined errors in game number 1, so 10 errors on the day. 1 and 2 the count to Alarcon here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Bracken. She got 2 in that inning. Actually, yeah, 2 in that inning. That'll end the inning. 9 strikeouts in the ball game for Bracken. 8-3, Huntsville leads. Chargers coming to bat, top of the 7th.
Mention BallGame Blitz Sports Network and receive a free gift.
Top of the 7th we are, 8-3, Huntsville leading. Catron will lead off here in the 7th for Alabama Huntsville. 2 for 3 on the day, a home run, solo shot back in the first inning. Popped up, then had an RBI single in the 4th. Ball 1 to Catron from Finkley. Back out for a 5th inning of work. Called strike, 1-1 the count. Talking about the first game of this doubleheader, 8-3 victory for Huntsville. Lasted 2 hours and 36 minutes, I believe. Make that 33 minutes, 2 hours and 33 minutes. This ball game is about 2 hours and 22 minutes right now. We mentioned a lot of base runners, a lot of errors, a lot of hits. First game, the teams combined for 15 runners left on base. Right now, they've combined for 13 runners left on base in this game. 5 for Huntsville and 8 for Union. 8 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors for Alabama Huntsville. 3 runs on 4 hits with 4 errors for Union. Foul tip there at the plate. It's going to be 2-2 to count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Catron steps back into the box. Hazel Green, Alabama. She's a junior for Huntsville. And she walks.
And here's the pitch. There's a drive that is back to center field, and he's underneath it and takes it. And the runner is going to come home with the sacrifice fly. And run number 4.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner in the ball game for Catron. She walked.
Bases are cleared now for
So Catron
ball guy. 0 for 1. He has walked twice.
Pinch runner is number 14, Sydney Harris, over at first, and we spoke a little too soon. Idalia makes their first error of the day on that sacrifice. So Young had a good sacrifice bunt.
Batting now, number 20, Caitlin Bryson.
Harris will get all the way to third on that error. Bryson will be the batter. Nobody out, 2 runners aboard here in the top of the 7th for Huntsville. Called strike, 1-1. Ball and a strike to count. So a quick chat with the batter and Coach Studeman from Huntsville. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to count. Union trying to keep it right here at 8-3. But Huntsville threatening for more. Bases, 2 runners on base, first and third. Nobody out. Dawson takes a strike. 2-2 the count. Bryson on the day, 0 for 2, chops this one foul. Count stays 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Called strike 3. Bryson goes down looking on that one. There's 1 out. Eddie will be the batter. Eddie steps in, the right-handed batter's box. He bats with 2 runners on and 1 out. Called strike. The 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Kira Finkley in relief. Ball 1 on that one. The starter for Huntsville, Bracken, 9 strikeouts to add to her 118 entering this game. And 27 now in the season. That ball lifted foul down the left field line. Count stays 1-2. 90 pitches now in relief for Kira Finkley. Starter Abel gave up 5 runs, 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Finkley gave up 3 in the third, only 1 of them earned. Put up goose eggs in 3 other innings. Nice job by Kira Finkley. Only 1 run charged to her. As far as earned, it is 3 total runs charged to her. Another foul ball, 1-2 the count still. Eddie the batter. Runners on the corners for the Chargers. Pitch to the plate, runner from first goes, popped up on the infield. Will it stay in play? No, it hits the net. Comes down inside the fence, but it clipped the top of the net, so it's dead ball. The runner retreats to first, and another foul ball. Nice battle here forming between Finkley and the batter, Eddie. Jessica Eddy. Lifted up to shortstop, and the runner was going, so that'll be a double play. Ooh, and Coach Studeman not happy with that. wonder if she wanted a legal pitch or something. She said something to the umpire as she walked by. I'm not sure what that was about. That was a pop-up to the shortstop, and the base runner was running. And double play to end the inning, so down by 5. Union keeps them at zeros for 3 straight innings. Can they tack on some runs, get back in this thing? They need 5 to tie it. Bottom of the 7th we go.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Same score as first game. Union lost 8-3 in game 1. The score is 8-3 in game 2. Bottom of the 7th, Union needs 5. We've done it before. You are facing the number 4 team in the country and one of the best pitchers in the conference. It's a freshman. She's been great today. 9 strikeouts. Giving up 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, 4 walks. She's thrown 110 pitches. The first batter she'll face here in the bottom of the 7th is Courtney Marler. Union's number 3 hole hitter in this game. Strike 1. Line drive to the shortstop. Picked up, thrown, and out. Nice play by the shortstop. Line drive hit right at her, and she kind of trapped it there at the ground. Had to pick it up, but she picked it up. Threw a strike over to first. Brings up Fallon Groves, the designated player in this ball game. Fallon Groves takes first pitch for a strike. Little off-speed pitch floated in there and dropped in high part of the zone for a strike. All the fans that are still left getting ready for senior day presentations after this ball game, most of them have pulled out their sweatshirts and jackets. Sun is setting. It is set behind the tree line. Still not over the horizon yet, but the tree line is shaded. Some clouds have come up. We are in. Sun has disappeared. Wind is still a little bit blowing, not as much as it was earlier, gusting, but a small breeze, and it's kind of chilly. Fallon Groves hammers this one to left field. It's going to be off the top of the fence. Missed a home run by a foot. She got all of that one, lined it out to left field, just didn't get it high enough. And she's hit a couple like that today. That sacrifice fly in the first to center field was a laser. But just hit it right on the line. If she gets a little loft to it, she's got a couple of home runs today on the balls that have been hit very well. She hits that ball off the fence right over the left fielder's head. She only gets a single out of it as it got out there so fast, and they playing everybody so deep out there, keeping them from getting those extra base hits. So 1 out single for Fallon Groves. It brings up Brooke Puckett. She's got a 2-run homer from the first game. She's 1 for 3 in this game. That ball hit hard down the left field line. Will it fall fair? No, it goes foul. That was going to be trouble if it was fair. The left fielder not able to get to that one. That ball hit on the line, down the left field line, but it's about 5 feet foul. So, long strike, strike 1. Ball and a strike the count to Brooke Puckett. Union down by 5 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Huntsville going for their 10th straight win. Union looking to avoid the sweep here. And they put together a rally. Ball hit to the shortstop. Fields too short for one, and that'll be the only play. So they'll get the lead runners. Puckett hits into a fielder's choice to the shortstop. The shortstop has been really good today. We've talked about Delia Alarcon at third base has been spectacular defense with their shortstop. She made an error on a line drive that just kind of handcuffed her. She dropped it, couldn't pick it up, couldn't throw. But she's been spectacular besides that. 2 outs now, though. Mackenzie David, the batter for Union. David in this ball game 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch is called a strike. 118 pitches now for Bracken. 69 of them for strikes. He's been spectacular in the circle today for the Chargers. Pitched. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Union down to their final strike here in game number 2. Down 8-3, bottom of the 7th. Mackenzie David, the batter. Grace White on deck. David and White, 2 of the seniors that'll be honored here just moments away. Off-speed pitch, called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Her 10th strikeout of the game for Bracken is the last out of the game. That'll be your ball game. Alabama-Huntsville sweeps Union today in the softball doubleheader, winning both games by the score of 8-3. Third game of the series will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Stay tuned here on the video. We'll leave the camera running for the senior festivities for those that want to watch. And then we'll turn it off after the senior festivities. So thank you for joining us today. Be back here at 1 o'clock tomorrow. UUathletics.com is a source for your Union streaming. Thank you for joining us.